Hey, it's David Thomas coming to you with our Wednesday devotion as I do every week. Hope you're getting value out of this. I jump on here, try to keep this short and sweet, but share a little bit from my heart as I'm going through my devotion and some of the things that the Lord's placed on my heart to share with you. Now, today I'm going to be talking about waiting, everybody's favorite thing. Not really, right? So, waiting, having patience, it's something that we all struggle with. It's does not come usually naturally to most people. We want things now. We want things to be squared away now. We want the answer now. We want to eat right now. All right. We want to be successful right now. We want everything to fall in line. We want to be healed, of whatever ailment we have right now. And unfortunately, that's just not the way that things usually work in life. And I say unfortunately, but typically, the waiting is where the growth happens. But we can take a lot of lessons from, if you're familiar with the Bible story of Joseph, right? Joseph in the coat of many colors. He was a prime example of somebody who was made to wait. Can imagine what he went through, being sold into slavery, working in Egypt, being falsely accused, thrown in prison, praying, waiting for his vindication from not only his brothers, but also Potiphar's wife, right? All of these years of just waiting and waiting and waiting and trusting God that God will not forget him. God will see him through. And if you're familiar with the story, you know what happens, right? Eventually, he was vindicated. He became, prime minister of Egypt, most powerful, second only to Pharaoh, and was able to save a lot of people during a time of famine and struggle. So it's, but he during that time, he's a good example of what we should do, right? Right now you're probably waiting for something. I was going to say waiting patiently, but maybe you're not waiting patiently. But we're all waiting for something. Maybe it's waiting for that break in our careers, or maybe we're waiting for, like I said earlier, maybe you're fighting an ailment, or could be cancer, could be some kind of illness, and you're waiting for that break of that healing. Maybe you're single and you're wanting to start a family and get married and all of these things, and you're waiting for that right person to come along and that God's going to bring along. A lot of people in that situation. Or maybe you're married and you're wanting to start a family, but unfortunately, it just hasn't been that easy for you. It's just you're not sure if you're going to be able to, to have kids and things like that, and so you're waiting for that to happen, or you're waiting for an answer from God as to what's going on, or that understanding. There's a lot of things in life that are painful that we are waiting for. We need that breakthrough. We need that answer. We need that fulfillment, and during this waiting period, there's a lot of growth that you can take advantage of. Obviously, we talked about prayer last week. Continue to pray, right? And we'll go back and watch last week's devotion if you haven't. I talk a lot about prayer and how, what you should expect from prayer and things like that. But prayer is so powerful, especially during a time of waiting. But during this waiting period, we need to have faith that God knows best. God's timing is best, and that he will fulfill his promises. Secondly, we can pray that whatever God is trying to teach us during this time of testing and waiting and patience, that he teaches us those, that we grow, that we fulfill this character development that he wants for us. Can you imagine the character development that went into Joseph during this time? I mean, could he have felt sorry for himself? Could he have thought God had abandoned him? Could he have gotten bitter and angry? He could have. Absolutely. Terrible injustice was done to him. But instead, he chose to trust God, to continue to pray, to continue to have faith and know that God is in control. And during this time, what was he doing? He was sharpening his skills. He was building his character. He was building his patience. He was building his development. And that's what you need to do. So I challenge you, when you have the urge to become frustrated, become bitter, to become angry with why things haven't happened for you yet, you haven't had that fulfillment, you haven't gotten that answer, you haven't gotten that breakthrough, focus on, how can I develop through this situation? What can I do to become a better person? What can I learn from this? Because God is always developing you. He's always sharpening you. He's always creating you and helping you to become the best version of yourself for his glory. So I challenge you to do that. Instead of getting bitter and looking on the inside, think outward. Think, what can I do in this situation to bring glory and honor to God? And that is when the true breakthrough really comes. So appreciate you watching this. Hope that this encouraged you and gave you comfort, especially during a time of when patience is needed in your life, and know that God is in control and he fulfills his promises. So have a great week. As always, God bless, and we will see you back very soon. Take care. Bye.